And hello, this is Wakasm Plays. Another game of Legacy of You. Welcome to the channel, everybody. And I don't know why that just happened. There we go. And we're playing Legacy of You. We are on game 6, 7. You would think that I would know where we are in this campaign, but I don't, because I usually play like once a week, unfortunately. And then time catches up, and then I forget what game we are on. I know we are two games away from winning, so I believe we are in game 6 because we lost 1 and won 5. So no, we're on game 7. This should be game 7. You'll know, it'll be in the thumbnail. You're already here watching if you're here watching. I am dressed up a little bit like Bowser. I'm not wearing Bowser's hat for Halloween because my kid decided to dress up as Mario this year for Halloween. So we were testing out our costumes before bed because he has a parade to march in tomorrow. So I decided I would just keep wearing it. But underneath I have a Yoshi hat, so I guess it's still thematic. But I do have like a whole Bowser head that's going to go on my head. It's not the greatest of Bowser heads, but it is a Bowser head, so yeah. Anyway, we're going to get started, and I just set up the game. Whoops, I thought I set up the game, but I did not completely set up the game. Give myself 6 cards. And we're going to get started. So we're going to see if we can continue the win streak going, or if today is the day where we lose and prolong this campaign even more. So anyway, if you don't know how to play, again, there's a lot of games I've played before, but I'll recap what's going on with our situation right now. The one game we lost, we got this power, which kind of lets us block 1 damage every turn from the Barbarians, which has proven to be really strong. Probably the reason why I've been able to win as many games as I have been able to so far. And yeah, we added more Barbarians, and it seems like, I think these are the ones we added last time. These have 4, probably do this to make more sense. Where's the button? There we go. They have 4 workers or villagers or whatever you want to call them that we have to pay for this one. So they're probably going to stay out for quite a bit, which is going to make this early game a little bit harder. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll be able to manage it earlier than I think. We have our 4 cards in our hand. So again, if you don't remember how to play, it basically goes like this. We are going to harvest. We're going to harvest everything on here. So we're getting 4 cards. We're also going to get a labor. We're going to get a shell. And we're going to get a food. And that is it. That is all we start with the game with. And we start with these 4 cards. So we are going to look at these 4 cards, and we're going to figure out what we want to do with our hand. And we got the monkey again. The monkey gives you 3 shells every harvest, which gives you a little flexibility. You can trade that in for a brick. You can trade that in for a wood, but you cannot trade it in for anything else this early. So I probably wouldn't tuck it this early. Usually, though, we unlock a way to get food with it, so maybe that would be a good early start. I don't know. We could tuck for a yellow or a red worker, which maybe that's something that we do. I think that's probably gonna be something that we do. I don't know. I have a tough choice because I can go food and shell, which is something that I like to do, actually, at least in past games. But I don't know, with that extra barbarian out right now that requires an extra worker, I almost feel like getting the red worker would be the better play. We can always then get a, what is it, farm, hut, and outposts. So I could always get an outpost to make them a little bit more effective for what I need to do. So let's get the resources we know we're definitely going to get. We're definitely going to get these 2. Oh, actually, yeah, I didn't look at the tops. So the tops are an issue. We're not getting any labor. So we're gonna get 3 shells for this guy right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna get a brick. Brick doesn't do that much for us right now, but it could, it might. We'll see. So these guys are gonna go away right here. So our choices early are, do I want to tuck this right away, or do I want to tuck this right away? Both are good choices. I will not lie. My heart is telling me I should do the food and the shell, and we'll deal with the aftermath. So instead, we're going to get 2 lumber. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is simply because we have a lot of lumber, we have a lot of brick, we have a lot of shells. You could very feasibly get a second farm out, or second village out, or hut out, which is not something that we do. We usually have to force to get this guy out, this guy, or this guy out. So we might do that. Or I might actually just get a farm out and completely forego what I just said. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So on this very first turn, we are going to just pay a villager. Actually, that's not great if we do it this way. But we're going to do it this way. We're going to pay a villager. So we're going to forego getting an extra food, but we're getting extra food from this. So it should end up fine. We're going to pay a brick, we're going to pay a wood, and we are simply just going to get that income going right now for laborers, and hope that that is not a mistake. Actually, you know what? We're gonna, instead of getting the laborer, we are going to get the meeple of any color, so we can start stockpiling what we need for that barbarian up there. So that is all the resources I'm going to get. We get 1 food for that as well. And then we are just going to stockpile people. So we're going to buy this person. We're going to buy both of these people for the 2 food that we have. And that is going to be it for the turn. We're just going to hold on to our shells for now and our extra wood. And we are going to move on to the next turn. Now, the issue that we're going to have, which could have been a mistake, I don't know, is we need 2 laborers for this. So actually, let me do the math on this. I might actually have to go back to my original plan. We have 6 cards. So I have to get lucky and get a laborer on one of these cards in order to not lose the game, because otherwise the flood's just going to catch up. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to get the laborer as part of everything that's going on. But before we do any of that, we have to return the barge, which we didn't move the barge. We have to suffer our attacks. So they're going to attack us, but because we have this card over here, we're not taking any damage. They're going to slide down. Barbarian's going to slide down. We're going to refill the row here. The new barbarian is coming out. And all right, things are escalating already now. So now we're going to have problems. I might have regretted my decision. I might have wanted to gamble for. I might have wanted to gamble for getting a laborer so that we could get this pushed up, so that we could try our best to start getting workers of any color, because this at least doesn't damage us, but it's going to start making 2 barbarians come out, and then we're going to have to like quickly get rid of all the barbarians. I don't know. Maybe this will work out in our favor. Maybe we'll have to spend less food. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. So anyway, next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are getting a laborer. We are getting 2 laborers, right? We're getting 2 shells and 2 food. All right. So let's see what our cards give us for the turn. All right, I should have gambled because I would actually have exactly what I would need to take care of that nasty barbarian that came out this turn. We have all 4 on the bottom here. We have a bunch on top. So yeah, I might have made it harder for myself. We're gonna see. Maybe this won't be too bad after all. But we are going to trade all 4 of these in. And we're gonna get 2 more food into our little pile here. And we are gonna get an extra labor. And we're going to get 2 archers. Archers are the yellow workers. All right, so this is our stockpile now. We'll have it all over here. You can see. So now we're behind on the brick and the wood and everything, but we have a lot of shells, so we can maybe do something if we need to. But we are going to do the most obvious first thing, and we are going to spend 2 laborers and 2 shells to move the barge. Get rid of this. We are going to get a brick and a lumber out of that, so that's going to catch us back up towards being able to get a hut out. But we're not quite where we want to be there, but now we can start trading in shells for food if we need to. Although food is not going to be our problem for a while, I don't think. And then we're simply going to get an extra food by putting a worker there. And we are going to do the following. We're going to grab this guy for free. We're going to spend 1 food, and we're going to trash him immediately to grab a food. And if you've watched before, I like to do that. I like to keep my food people out there. Gives me a lot of leeway later on in the game. And then we're going to spend our extra food, get rid of this person, or to grab this person. And we're going to spend 2 more food to grab this person. So we kind of made up the trashing. And now we have a big pile here of villagers. We have 2 left. We need 1 more brick before we can go after this, though, which is unfortunate. We could buy a brick with these shells, but we need 1 extra brick, and we don't have a way of doing that right now with the cards that were given to us. I might have been able to get a brick, actually. You know what? We do something I never do. With this character right here that gave us one of the yellow meeples, we're going to trash him to get an extra brick. Then, actually, that changes things completely then, doesn't it? Yeah, I had 1 of every color. Kind of don't need to do that, actually. So we're gonna undo that. We're gonna put this person back. We're gonna not take the brick, and we will instead do nothing with the rest of our turn. All right. So this is everything we got. We got 1 brick, 2 wood. We got 2 archers. And that's actually no. You know what? This is what we were going to do instead. We are going to put out a farm. We're going the early double farm because I think we need to. I think we're in that place where we need to do that. We'll worry about if that's a mistake later on. All right. I've thought my turn through. We got our extra farm. This way we're going to get 2 villagers a turn. Because we do need to take care of that situation up there. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse right now. So we took all our actions. We were going to turn the barge. We're going to suffer attacks. Weirdly, we still don't suffer any attacks because this is not an attack. But because that's out, when we refresh the card row, we're going to get an extra barbarian. And if we ever get 7 barbarians, we lose. So that's going to be a problem that we have to pay attention to. All right, so put 2 more guys out. We put 2 barbarians, but now things are gonna get really rough because we're gonna end up taking damage unless we can solve our problems here, and we are not in a position to solve our problems. So next round, we are going to draw our 4 people, and we have to draw 2. And once this pile goes away, the wave catches up, and the character you is suffering right now and can't catch a break. Is being invaded by lots of barbarians. All right. We are going to get 2 laborers. And we get 1 of any color we want. We're probably going to take... We can look at our cards first before making this decision. We're not getting a yellow or a red, but we might trash him for the yellow. So let's take the red. And then we're going to get 2 shells. We've got a lot of shells, almost all of them. We're going to get 2 food. That is everything for the turn. All right. This is our hand. It's usually better to do it like this. So we're getting 2 wood. Whoops. We're getting 2 wood. A blue, which we can use to not take a damage this turn. And we might actually get rid of this card. Again, I usually don't get rid of cards like ever, but I feel like this game I'm being pushed to do it a little bit. So we might get rid of this card, get the yellow. This way we can tackle that 1 barbarian that's bringing extra barbarians out. And that will give us a little bit of time to figure things out. And then I can decide if I want to trade in a blue or a wood to stop the last barbarian from damaging us. Otherwise, I'm going to take damage anyway, so this is kind of like a win-win, I guess. So let's just do that. We're going to trash this card and get a laborer and a archer. And then let's do that first. Let's pay the 2 food and 3 workers that we need. 2 archers and the fighter. And that's going to cover this guy, which is going to give us 3 more shells. 1, 2, 3. They're going to go over here, so I'll go back in the box. And then I have to decide what I want to do with the rest of this. I'm missing a lot of brick. If we want to go after this, we need to figure out a lot of brick. I could buy 1 brick, 2 brick. I could buy 3 brick right now, actually. We could actually do this turn. The question is, do we want to get one of these? I mean, I guess we do, right? Not quite the color generation, but with 1 barbarian hut, we'll be in a good position. So we're going to use 1. Oh, this guy comes back too. All right, we're going to use 1 laborer. We're going to use all of these to buy 3 bricks. And then we're going to immediately spend the brick, a wood, and this laborer to put this. Actually, what am I doing? We can't do that. We already took up the space. We haven't done this yet, so never mind. I guess we'll just get the brick now. 3 brick, wood, and labor comes back. Yeah, so we couldn't do it because we don't have a space to put the farm. For some reason, I thought we had 1 more space. I usually don't do the 2 farms. That's probably what threw me off. So we are instead just going to get our resources. We're going to get 2 lumber. You're going to get a spearman, which is the blue guys. And what else are we going to do? All right, so these are all going to come here. We are going to buy this person. We're going to buy these two for 2 food. We're going to get a food back by putting a worker out. And I do not have what I need to go after anyone else on the board. So we are going to barter with a wood on this guy. And a blue worker on this guy. I'm not happy that I had to give up a blue worker. I feel like that hurts. But it is what it is. And that is it for the turn. I can't do really anything else until I move this barge up a bit, which we're probably going to do within the next 2 turns. So these guys are going to slide down. We're going to take their resources and put them back in the box. Maybe this turn we can go after this guy if we get the right workers, the right cards. New barbarians coming out. We don't have to put 2 out anymore. 1, 2, 3. All right. We like that lineup a lot, and then we're off to a new turn. Turn 3, turn 4. We're on the 2nd cycle of the flood, if that helps. All right, so we have our 4 cards. We are going to get, this guy's going to come back. We're going to get 2 laborers. 1, 2. 2 shells. 2 food. Let us see what our card lineup looks like. All right, we're getting blue and yellow. If we get black this turn, we can actually take care of one of them. And I can actually start where I can actually trash one of these if I want to build up a couple extra workers. Would have been a good turn to tuck because we would have gotten another white labor out. But again, any color really works. It just depends on how close you are to getting a barbarian, getting an outpost out, which I don't think we can get an outpost out anytime soon, unfortunately. We'll see. We'll see how the game goes. All right, so we are just going to grab a rider. Rider is a black worker. All right. Not the greatest lineup still, though. All right. Even with what we have here, we're going to need two of the spearmen. We want to take out one or the other of these. We can no, we can't because we don't have another rider. We don't have any method right now to convert anybody. We can't go after this guy. We can't go after the first guy. We can go after these 2 guys with what we have here. All right, we're gonna actually trash him. We don't like trashing him, but we're gonna have to do it. And we're getting 2 spearmen. A really bad lineup for us. No matter what, we're taking damage. I don't see a path out of taking damage. I kind of want to do the following. I kind of want to not take out anybody. Pay all the resources. We'll just put these over here to kind of reserve them. We're going to pay these 2. We're going to pay the lumber. We're going to pay this. And my reasoning for that is that I'm going to have to take a damage anyway if I don't. So I'm going to trash this person too. I'm going to get a fighter and a laborer. And then I'm going to get a yellow and a white. And I don't know if that was a smart idea, but I think it was. And then we're going to crash this person to get 2 food. And then we're going to pay 2 food to grab these guys. Pile's not as high as we normally would like. We've trashed more cards this game than I think I ever have before. And then we're gonna risk it a little bit. We're gonna let them all stay for this turn. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards left. So we have a weird amount. We're gonna have to go for this and this next turn, I think, if we can. We might not even be able to. It depends on what cards we get. So we're gonna pay. We're gonna block this damage. We paid the other 3. These guys are gonna slide down. We have another nasty 4. Oops. We have another nasty 4 guy coming out right here. And I guess it's like this, right? I'm not really sure if you go this way to that way, but I kind of always do it the same way, so I'm trying to be consistent. And yeah, this is a rough start to the game. Let's draw our 4 cards now. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a pretty decent set of people, at least. Although still not getting any riders is going to be our issue now. We might have to crash this guy too. I've crashed like 4 guys from up there. I'm going to feel the effects later, but we'll see how bad it is. Anyway, let's get our free stuff. We're going to get 2 of them. And then we're going to get 2 shells. And then we are going to get 2 food. All right, so I think my plan is going to be the following. I think this is going to have to wait way longer than I want it to wait. Fortunately. I think what we are going to do, get a blue. That's what we're starting with. Before I do anything with the people in the top row, or if I do anything here, we're going to move the barge forward. We're going to pay 2 shells and 2 laborers. Barge goes forward. This comes off the board. We're going to get a brick and a wood. We're going to take a damage, and we lose a brick person, which is not too bad. Not great because we're going to have to craft them again later, but it's fine. So now we can spend a labor, a brick, got 2 wood. We're getting 2 more wood from this guy. Let's get our 2 wood from him. And we are going to, I think we're going to do an outpost. And we're going to get a blue, a red. We're going to get a red. So now, oops, we want this outpost out. There we go. So now all of my laborers are also riders. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that we can now go after this guy first. He's been out for a while. So we're going to pay 2 laborers, and they're going to be labor riders because we have the outpost. And we are going to get back 2 shells and a brick. 2 shells and a brick. Then similar situation, we are going to do these 3 guys. Oh wait, and I have to pay a food for that too. Sorry, 1 food. We're going to pay 2 food for this guy. They're going to come off the board. 2 food. And all of the villagers that made that happen. And we're going to get 2 more shells and another brick for that. All right. Keep the momentum going. I can. Just which is the right one to do. I think we're going to do it like this. We're going to use 2 food. A Lieber as a rider and 2 spearmen. Take this guy out, and they're going to give us 3 shells for that. 1, 2, 3. And then I think we're going to stop there. We're going to get an extra food. And then we're going to pay 1 food, and we're just going to drop these guys down here into our pile. We had a lot of stuff. We have a lot less stuff now. And we're just going to bribe them with 2 food. We're going to take this damage. And that is going to be our phase. They're going to slide down. We kind of balance things out. Now 2 barbarians are coming out per turn, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. See what we can do. Oh, no. We didn't get any of our resources here. So, sorry. These guys were just going to all go on top. 3 food and a shell. Feels good to realize, oh, you forgot to even turn in your peoples. All right. Next round. We're going to draw 2. We're going to look at our hand first because we need to figure out what we're doing. We're getting 2 yellows, which is pretty good because one of our mean people has 2 yellows, but we have a really mean person on the board and we need a blue, and we did not get a blue, so that's, I think we're going to be guaranteed to take damage unless we get a blue from our free action. This is rough. Okay. I kind of want to tuck one of these 2. They both give us yellow workers. I could tuck this person, but then I would just be getting riders, which just gives me more of the same. So without another outpost, that's going to slow us down. We really need to start getting one of these colors to kind of keep up with everything. I might have to make a rough decision this turn, or maybe I wait a turn. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet with my cards. We also, we have everything that we need. Get that out. So now we don't have what we need for this yet. So let's see. So we're getting 2 labors, 2 food, 2 shells. We can now discard cards for shells if we need to. I had to do that for the first time last time we played, which is not something that I do often. We have a really mean person here. We have, I think we need a blue. We're just gonna grab the blue. Have to choose between blue or red. Probably choose this, the red. We'll get a yellow. So first, yellow, blue, and a rider. And 3 food. And we're going to immediately go after this guy because he does 2 damage to us. Can't really bribe with him at all, so he needs to go away. We get 3 shells from that, so we actually have all the shells right now. So we're gonna have to start trading in these shells for stuff. Problem is we don't have a lot of good options for shells. We can get food and food, so let's get 2 food back for now, in case we get more shells as rewards. Right now we only have 4 workers. Oh, actually we have a yellow on the board. I didn't see that. So we could start working towards this and letting them go down. We can't do this, or this yet with what we have. So we might as well. Question is yeah, no question. We're gonna pay 2 food. All these people are gonna come back with us. 1, 2. And then we are going to pay 3 brick. No, we're going to pay 3 laborers. We're going to be missing a laborer, though. That's not good. All right, this person that we just took, crashing them. Get an extra labor. We need the extra labor for what we want to do. All right, so 3 laborers and 2 shells. This comes off the board. We're going to get a brick and a wood for this, but we have to take 2 damage. Because this card does 2 damage to us. Can't avoid it. So those guys go over there. Feeling a little bit behind the curve right now. But now we can actually start getting colors that we need when we need them. Then we are going to 1 3 brick and a wood. Put out a hut. And we're going to tuck red, although blue probably would have been better, but we went with red because we've seen so much blue. My thought process is that we're eventually going to start seeing more red, but that might have been a mistake. We'll find out. Sorry, this comes off the board, and we're going to get a free food from that. Then I can get a worker of any color, so we're going to start working on our blues. And I'm going to get a free food. And then I'm going to get 3 shells and 2 food. And then I'm also going to trash this person with the 2 food to get a laborer. And that is everything for my turn. Well, not everything. We have to bribe these people now. So we're going to bribe this guy with 2 food, and we're going to bribe this guy with labor acting as a rider. And we're going to just tank that with our special power. And they're going to slide down. So even though we cleared out a lot, they're all back. And then now we're back to Crazy Pants. We got 2 Crazy Pants Barbarians that we got to deal with still. And the barge comes back. All right. We are on another round. So we're going to look at our 4 cards again first, because it might determine what we do with our free workers. All right, so we're getting a blue and a red. It's perfect. We've been needing blues. We're getting an extra red already. I don't think we're going to make much decisions other than we're going to take some blues because we'll have a lot of blues to go. Blues and yellows are the two that we need right now, but we can start dealing with these guys first. So, all right, so we're going to get our 2 free laborers. 1, 2. I think I actually forgot to give myself a shell, but it's fine. We'll start doing it now. We get 3 shells because we get 1 from here. We get 1 for the outpost. So if I lose by 1 shell, you know why? It's because I forgot to give it to myself. 2 food, although... Oh, there's 1 more food in the box. We have all the food right now, so... Doing pretty well on food. All right, 2 food. We're going to do a spearman. And then we also get a fighter from this. This is all the stuff we're generating from our harvest phase. These 4 cards and that. So we're going to move our shells and food over here. And we're just going to spend 1 food right now. Get it back in the box. And we're just going to draft these guys into our discard. All right. Next, we're going to get rid of this person. Let's see what we have and how we can split up our workers to do this smartly. First things first is we have to use something for this. We're going to just use a laborer to get something back. You get a yellow back. And actually, we have a lot of wood, a lot of food, so we might leave her out for 1 turn. And actually, I don't know what we're going to do yet. Let's get everything here. Let's just trade everything in. We're gonna get a fighter, a laborer, food in a shell, and another blue guy. None of these have extra good turn-in bonuses, so we're just gonna discard them. Keep our villager army healthy. All right, so now we have more to work with. But weirdly enough, though, we're in a good situation with food right now. We might just pay her off with food. We can focus on these other guys down here. We have 2 blue, 2 yellow. We can get him off the board. And then we can spend a laborer and a food to turn a laborer into any color that we want. And we can get a red. We're going to take off both of these 4 people right now, or into a blue, sorry. Have the red. All right, so let's put our 2 extra guys out over here. Actually, what am I doing? This is for... This is not for that. This is for something else. No, this is what I just paid. Yeah, what am I talking about? All right. Yeah, that goes back. All right. Let's take these guys off the map first. We have 2 food. 2 food. And this one's a story too, which is actually, I just noticed. So let's do the story one first and see what happens. So we're going to pay for this guy. We're going to read from the storybook. I didn't realize we had any more story cards left, but I guess they came out last round. All right. So, there will always be moments that stick with you, like pictures etched into your mind, stark and clear. I will always remember the scene that lay before me that day. The sun hung just above the tree line, golden fingers spearing their way through the mist in an effort to hold onto the sky and delay the night. The temperature had dropped. Couldn't feel it, but the breath rising from the comrades around me gave testimony to the fading warmth of the day. The man had been a beacon to our enemies, drawing more people to his cause and always pestering our supply runs. But now he lay in ruins in the dirt and muck, his final breaths rising to join the wisps coming off the river and onto the coming elation of survival has run its course. But this day, there's often a sound, coming night. There's often a sound that settles over words after the elation of survival has run its course, but this day the silence would be rent by a single cry that resounded over the battlefield. Brother! I looked north to see a new band of barbarians descending the hill at a run. We could not take them in our state, so I gave the signal to retreat, with that cry still echoing in my ears. It is the rage that I can recall. I can hear it even now. You can almost taste it on the wind as he withdrew into the forest in the night. An enemy had been made this night. He could not just be out to steal and pillage, he would be seeking vengeance upon us. Alright, so I guess we just invited somebody worse, probably. Find the defeated barbarian card in the box under history, find card 22, and place it face down on top of the barbarian draw pile. This vengeful brother cannot be bribed, and it increases how many barbarian cards need to be added when refreshing. Okay, so we just made life harder for ourselves. Let's see what card we get, or what they do, what they look like. All right. So this guy is coming out. Not be bribed, although I can block his damage. One of everybody. And he's permanently in the game, although he does have a good reward, so I guess it could be worse, but yeah, not great. And we get no reward for that either, so other than this guy's out of the game now. So not great. All right, this person comes out though. One, two. We're gonna get 2 shells and a woodback. All right, well, we know we need one of every color next round, or else things are gonna get worse for us. We're gonna get a food. And then we're just gonna bribe this guy with 2 shells. And that is all we're doing for our turn. So we're gonna bribe these 2 people. They take no damage, but they take 2 food from us. They take our shells. They're gonna slide down. And then this is the new barbarian that we just unleashed upon our future games. Which on one hand is not bad because the reward's a little bit better than the other guy who had no reward, but it is one of every color, which, you know, we'll see how that goes for us. All right. All right. Okay. So 4 cards. Let's see what we get right away, because we might need to trash a couple of villagers for extra workers potentially, maybe. Not what I want to do. This deck has usually got more cards in it by now. In fact, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I take 1 damage, this flips. So next round, we're probably going to have to go for this. And hopefully we can get to a place where we can afford things. So, all right, let's get all of our free stuff. Get 2 laborers and a fighter. We're gonna get 3 shells, 2 food, and then I gotta figure out what color we don't have. We don't have yellow, so we're gonna need yellow. We don't have blue either. Not the greatest position right now. I feel like we just don't have enough workers. All right, well, first we're gonna get blue, and we're just gonna take this mean guy off the board. The blue, yellow, red, black, and 2 food, 3 food. And we can get a worker or a villager of our choice. Wow, we have so little to work with. It's kind of scary. And if I get rid of them now, we're going to have problems because we're going to have one less card because we're going to have to flip one. Actually, where does that come? Draw 1 card from the top of the townsfolk draw pile. Yeah, not... Oh yeah, from the top of the townsfolk draw pile. It's this one, right? Yeah, actually that's not bad. Never mind. We can get rid of her. Forgot what I was doing. Am I shorting myself a worker? I feel like I'm shorting myself a worker. I think I was trying to figure out what color we want, right? Yeah, we were figuring out what free color to get from there. So let's just get any. We'll get blue, because we'll need blue. We'll use the red. We'll get rid of them. Any 3 workers will work. We'll use our laborers as riders, and we're going to get a card from here. See what this does. This gets us a extra black, which is great. All right, so we're going to trade them in. Yeah, trade in 2. No. Trade in for the 1. We'll just trade all this in at their face value. Except for maybe this guy. This guy, I think we're going to trash to get a worker of any color, and I think we're just going to get another blue. Get another wood. Get a red. Then a food. And a shell. Then this guy we're going to trash. Get a laborer. We're going to pay a food. Put this guy down here. And then we're going to use a yellow to get a food. Then we don't have what we need still to go after that guy. I thought we had an extra blue from something, but maybe we do not. You can get blue from any of these, right? No. I could have, but I didn't. Alright, so I don't have any ability with what I have to take out anyone else. But I think we are prepared, at least next round, to get rid of some barbarians. Move the barge up a little bit. We do have to get rid of a lot of shells, unfortunately. We're going to keep our brick because we get the opportunity to. We're going to throw this out. I always forget what's underneath this. Yeah, this is just get extra resource. Not the greatest worker space, but if we can generate an extra worker, that will really help us out. So that's what our goal is for next round. So we're going to bribe these 2 guys with 4 shells. Slide down. This is what we got. We got a lot of brick, wood, we got some food. We have exactly 4 cards. All right, nobody too crazy to deal with. Get rid of a lot of our crazy cards so far. So, all right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this turn, the flood is definitely advancing. Although I just realized Did we forget to advance the flood before? I think we did. I think we should be one more flood cycle up. Means that technically we don't have to go for this. We could actually wait a little bit longer. You can just keep doing what we're doing. Got to build up a little bit more. I'm not sure. Getting 1, 2, 3, and then whatever people we get out of this. I think we're gonna go with our plan, and we're gonna try to advance anyway. But that could be a mistake. Let's see what we get. Oh, we're getting a lot of workers. A lot of workers this round. Actually might not be too bad. All right, let's get all our free stuff. So 1, 2, 3 shells. Food. And then I got a worker of any kind. We're gonna take blue. And these guys come back. Our current situation. All right, we're just gonna do it. We might regret this. Let's just make sure how many barbarians we're removing off the board with our hand first before we do this. If we move the barge up, we're gonna have to cycle the flood, which isn't that big of a deal. But the bigger deal is we're gonna start seeing 3 barbarians return. What we have, we can get rid of 1 barbarian. We can get rid of a 2nd barbarian. And we have all the stuff to bribe everybody else. And we could get another card tucked this turn. And then we also can start getting workers from our shells. So I think we're going to do it. I think the safe play would be go a whole nother cycle and just try to build up more people. Like I could probably get this whole deck in here. But I feel like that's not as fun. Just delaying. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to prep this guy, tuck. I'm just tucking him now. I'm not actually doing it yet, but I'm going to prep that guy to tuck. Maybe we do the red. This. And then we just prep ourselves to eventually put this out. I think that's what we're going to do. This way we can start dealing with our reds, and then we can start doing some other stuff. So means we're going to get another black, yellow, and blue. All right. So we're going to put all these in our discard. We're going to swap out a white for a black. We're going to swap out a white for a black because we also have the ability to swap colors if we need to, but they can only, well, I guess you can do it with these. I guess it doesn't matter, but yeah, we're just going to do it that way. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's get rid of all the barbarians first. We need 3 food for that. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So this pays for this barbarian. This pays for this barbarian. They're going to go away. And we're going to get a bunch of shells. We need to convert some shells to food first. So we'll do 2 shells for food. We'll do 2 more shells for food. And then we're going to get back 5 shells and a wood for our efforts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a wood. This all goes back. This all goes back in the box. And now we're going to start playing the risk game of, was this a smart decision or not? It probably was not. We might lose, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm positive if we just delay, we could not lose, but I think we're still ahead enough where we should be able to deal with it. So we're going to get another wood and another lumber. Another wood and another lumber. And we're going to have to trash 2 cards. So these are going to shuffle. And we're losing 2 worker people, which are not the people that I want to lose, but I can't really control that. And now we are going to pay for this. And we're going to get back a red. And as a reward, we're going to get a card. You have to draw one from our ready pile. So this guy, ooh, well, probably would have done this then. Then we'll just, we could have done that sooner, then they would have got cycled sooner. So we actually hurt ourselves a little bit, but it's fine. But yeah, I think generating blues passively is better for our situation, I think. And then we actually can get another outpost out right now. Actually, no, I liked what we were gonna do. No, we'll stick with this. No. Yes. We did it, we're gonna stick with it. All right, and then we're gonna do an outpost, and I think we're gonna actually swap it up, change it up. Maybe we make this yellow. That shores up our yellow situation. We're getting blues and reds. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And we get a black rider for our efforts. I just totally deviated from the plan that I said I was gonna do, but it should be fine. I think this will work out. Because now we're getting a little bit of everything. We've got our colors shored up, which means different things can be different things as we need them. And we actually, we want to go crazy? I could actually do this right now. Wait, no. Did I just cheat? No, I didn't just cheat. We just moved this off. So yeah, I can't do this because there's no boat yet. So I can't do 2 in a row. I always forget about that rule. But yeah, no, we just did this for the first time. So now we can also do 4 shells for a worker, which means that we can also now do this. And I think we're going to get a brick. And then we're going to get a food. All right, and that is our turn. I feel good about what I did, but we'll see. Actually, no, it's not our turn. We're gonna recruit them, and we're gonna recruit them for food. Now that's our turn. So now we just have to see if we can get through this next round without losing. If we can do that, we should be okay, I think. I hope. It's gonna be rough though. Let's find out. We have to bribe these guys too. So we're gonna use a food and 2 shells to bribe. And we just take that damage instead of giving them a worker. Barge is gonna come out. They're gonna slide all the way down here because now we're generating 3 a turn. And all right, we like that. Less workers is good. Oh, but we got it twice. Okay. I feel like this is gonna work out. Should hopefully work out. All right, let's generate all our free stuff. Harvest phase. 2 workers. A red and a blue worker. 2 food. And 4 shells. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we get to choose 1 worker that we need. So right now we kind of need a red worker. So let's grab a red worker. Actually, we don't need a red worker. All right, so we need to make sure that we have 3 barbarians covered every turn. So red, red, blue. These count as yellows and blacks. The first 2 are covered. First 3 are covered. Blue, blue, and blue and black. So those first 3 barbarians are covered. The question is can we generate enough? So before I take my free worker, let's see what our 4 cards are. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we're gonna get at least 2 workers. All right. We want to get this off the board as fast as possible, if it's possible. And we need to be able to tuck something. Fortunately, both the things that we might tuck are something that generates a worker. So let's just generate a red because we need that for the price up there. Then we're going to trade in 4 shells. Actually, let's take care of all these barbarians first. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 food to do all of this. So everything here covers this barbarian, and this barbarian. So let's just do all 3 and get all the rewards back. And I guess before we do it, we're going to trade in 4 shells to get a labor, because we're going to get a lot of shells as rewards. We're going to get a brick. We're going to get another labor. And we're getting our 4 shells back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we get a card right now to add to our pool of stuff that we can do. Perfect. So again, so you can see we got our labor, our 4 shells, and a card and a brick. So we just took care of all of that. Now we are going to simply trade in this monkey and pay for this. And we're going to pay for all the costs there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the 4 workers. So we're going to pay for all of that. Actually, we're going to take damage if we do it this way. No, we won't. We will not take damage this turn. All right. So we're going to pay the 3 shells, and we have the outpost for yellow, so a labor can count as a yellow. Okay, and we still have all this to trade in still. Barge is going to move. We're going to get 1 lumber, and we have to take 3 damage. 1 lumber. They're going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. All right. So these are the 3 guys that we're losing. We're going to recruit this guy just to grab him because he's free. All right, so this is what we're left with. This all goes away. We don't get confused. Let's put this all back in the box. All right. We already have 1 wood there to deal with them. Now our goal is to get out this. So 1 wood, 2 brick, and we're going to use 4 shells again. Pay for another laborer. And this hut's going to go out and we will get a blue. This is going to come off the board. This all goes away. Getting really tight what we got going on, but I think we should be okay. We get a card from the top of the deck. So this has got to get shuffled. This is what we're working with now. We still haven't traded any of these characters in. We're going to be able to tuck 1 now. Okay. So we got the 2 food person, which actually, you know, we're going to trash immediately for 2 food. And we're going to get a laborer back. That collects labor. I love that guy. It's my favorite card in the whole game. All right. Now, still got stuff we can do here. We can tuck. We'll do yellow since yellow is something we're not generating. And we don't get a worker from the top side. So that's why we're going to do yellow. We're going to trade these in for a yellow and a red. And we're going to trade her in for a food and a shell. And then we're going to pay 3 food, a blue and a yellow. And we're going to get rid of them. And we get 1 shell back for that. Okay, and then we still get to, I get to put him down, and I'm going to get a black. I'm going to put the black down to get a food. I'm going to put the red down to get a card. Let me check my card situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're good. We're going to immediately put them down to get another yellow meeple, and then we're going to use the yellow meeple to generate brick. Then we are going to trade in a lot of shells again. We're going to trade in 4 shells. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get a laborer, and then another 3 shells to get a wood. All this goes back in the box, and then we're going to pay a labor, brick, and 3 wood. You put out another outpost, and we'll just put out blue, and that will give us yellow. So now we have a lot of flexibility with our workers, and we get an extra shell every turn. And now I think we are done with our turns. We only have this left, but we should be fine. So we're going to return the barge, and I think we forgot to move this up again, but it's fine. We are going to bribe their lumber, and we're going to take the damage with our special power. 3 more barbarians are going to come out. Two workers are going to come out. And now we are in another harvest phase. So 2 and 1 of each color. And then we're going to choose, what color don't we get a lot of? We're going to choose red for our free one, because all these other ones just count as each other. So this will all go over there. Then we're going to get 1, 2 food. And then we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shells. 2, 3, 4, 5 shells. And then we're going to draw four cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to trade these guys in immediately just to get 2 more workers. Neither one of them gives us extra workers, so we're going to trash this guy. He gives us 2 brick. But he also gives us a worker of any color, and we're going to take... We'll take a black one this time. And then we'll get rid of them for the food and the shell. Alright, so this guy's a story guy. So we want to take care of him, so we're going to delay a little bit to take care of him. We're going to see what we can clean up here, and we're going to go one more round purposely before trying to beat the game, because we want to see what that story guy has in store for us. So let's see what we can do with what we have. We still only have 3 barbarians coming out, so we just have to take care of 3 of them to keep this under control. So 2 food, a red and a black takes care of this one guy. Let's just get them off the board. We're going to get a shell for that. And then 2 yellows and 2 food takes care of this guy. Okay. We're going to use 1 of our laborers to get something of another color, and we're just going to get another, I don't know, blue, I guess. So for 1 food right here, for 1 food, we're going to trade in 2 more blues and a yellow. And we're going to get back shell, and we get to get another card. Which we're going to immediately play to get a labor back. And then we are going to play a worker, a laborer, to get our last card here, which will give us a red worker. We're going to immediately trash this person to get a food and a shell. We have all the shells again, but we're really low on food, so we're going to trade in 4 food for 2, or 4 shells for 2 food. We're going to trade in a food to recruit that person before we cycle our cards. We can get another brick. And we actually, if we want, can actually just take care of this guy right here. We're going to have to spend 2 shells to get an extra food to do it. But we'll take care of this person, and we'll get back a laborer and a shell. And again, we could have just won the game. We could have went off, but we want to take care of him to see what the story is. So we're going to hold off a turn. And I think that's all we're going to do for the turn. We're going to just take the damage with our power from him. He's going to slide down. 3 more barbarians are going to come out. And now next turn, we only have to get rid of 1 barbarian to win the game. So I'm not too worried about winning and losing. But we're just going to quickly do... Oh, and we could have gotten 1 more food. Let's do that. So all these guys got to come back off the board. Gonna do 1, 2, one of each color. Red, blue, yellow. Okay. We're gonna get 2 food. 5 shells. That's all of our shells, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna take our red for our free guy since it's the only one that we don't have an outpost for. And this is everything. So we are gonna immediately just take care of this guy. So he's these 2. This all works, and he's 2 food. So he is a story entry 47. Probably gonna go back in the box. Let me put him back in the box now, and let's get the storybook and let's see what happens. We're probably gonna get something good that we don't really need, but I don't know. We'll see. Depends if it's a one-time thing or if it's a persistent good. All right. The mercenary kneels before me, his lifeblood trickling between his fingers, his hand holding tight where the axe found its mark. His armor, bright and strong this morning, now covered in mud and marred by the scars of battle. He waits for my mercy, his plea to spare his life at the cost of his service, and the decision to save him is mine alone. Man has brought death for money. One of the mercenaries my scouts have reported seeing working for the barbarians. He cries out to me as a savior, wishing me to give the mercy he did not give to others. Continue reading to the next page. But perhaps we need not dig any more graves than we already have. I give the man my hand and help him to his feet. Once he has recovered, I will find a better use for his spear. He goes away, find card 28, and shuffle it into the town folk draw pile. Alright, well, not a bad thing, I guess. Oh, he seems promising. He seems OP. We found a new contender for tucking. This is what he gives. He also gives one of every food. I don't know if we're going to deal with food anymore, but that's kind of interesting. But yeah, he seems like he's our new best friend. Not sure if the town, this is the town folk file. It gets shuffled in. All right, so we got to take care of one. All right, so this all goes away. Let me just clean the board and then figure out what we're doing. We might need one more turn after this. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think we do. I think we have enough to succeed. Take care of one more guy. We need food. Food's the thing that's holding us up right now, unfortunately. Let's recruit this person. Actually, we might not be in a position yet to just win. Maybe. Let's think it through. Think this through. First, let's get a food. And then let's get another worker. We need another generic. We'll get a blue. We have no blues. And then let's advance the flood. Use another worker to advance the flood. We're going to draw a card. Move the flood up a little bit more. Might even be one more space up, but I'm pretty sure that's the right location. Let's draw one more card. This is not what we wanted, but we'll take it, I guess. We'll get a brick. Which means we will get a wood. All right, now this is what we have to work with. The 2 food, and these guys, get rid of him. Gets us a shell back. Shell back and another card. Let's see what the card gives us first. It does give us a worker, so that's good. All right, so we actually do not have enough this turn to do the barge. And we do not have the right... Actually, that's not true. No, yeah, we don't have enough. Can spend 4 shells though to get another laborer. To get ahead of things. Oh, wait a minute. I did not notice that at all. That's bad. All right. That's a problem. I should have looked at my cards a little bit stronger. All right. Did I just lose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 barbarians are coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it when 7 fill up or more than 7? Or when I finish the round with 7? Okay, so I'm actually going to lose because I wasn't paying attention unless I solve this problem. So let's step back a second here. Instead of getting rid of this guy. Oh, great. I'm 95% sure I could not lose this. I can just figure out the food situation. I can get 1 food. Okay, so this guy, we just trash both of them instead to get 2 food. Not the ideal way to do it, but yeah, I have to do it this way because I was not paying attention to what was going on with them at all. And then this gives me what we need to remove them. So we'll remove this guy, I guess. And then honestly, instead of taking the wood that I took before, we'll remove this guy. We'll take a shell from that guy instead. We have 4 shells. And that was close because I was not paying attention. That could have killed me. And maybe we're gonna have a harder time than I thought. No, I don't know. We're down to 4. Then we are gonna trash this guy. Get a laborer. And I think we're also gonna trash this guy. To get a worker because we are kind of behind on the worker count. All right. So we don't do anything with them. They just stay out. But now we got to draw 4 cards. I was not paying attention to that situation. Hopefully that does not kill us. We're going to find out. All right. What I thought was going to be an easy win is turning out to be a harder win. We might have messed up. We might have waited too long. Don't know. So 1, 2 free laborers, then a red, a blue, a yellow. We'll take another red as our free color. 2 food, 5 shells, 3, 4, 5. We might have been too liberal trading in our shells for laborers, to be honest. I don't know. All right. And then let's get our 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We're definitely going to get our 3 shells from the monkey right away. And then we're definitely going to get our 2 workers right away. And then we're going to decide if we want to trash this guy for a laborer. All right. And then all this comes back to, we should be fine now. I think we're going to be fine. So in order to not lose this game, we have to get rid of 3 barbarians. Because once we move this barge out of the way, 4 spawn. If we get rid of these 3, then we don't lose. Okay, so let us reserve what we need for the barge first this time. And let's just figure out if we have what we need to do what I think we need to do. So it's going to be 3 shells. Perfect. So it leaves us with all of this. Now, the first thing we can do is we can trash this person immediately and get 2 brick. Actually, no, yeah, that doesn't help us. We don't get the bottom. So let's just recruit them. All right, so we need 2 blue and a black. Let's play a red down to get a blue. Even though these are all the same colors, helps me figure out in my head what we need. So this and 1 food takes care of this person. So let's do that. I think we will be fine. We get back 2 shells. I'm gonna trade in 2 shells for a food. And then I get back 2 shells. All right, oh, and then we have these guys too. So yeah, we're totally in good shape. I don't know if I missed them before, but all right. Then we just need a red and a blue. Blacks or blues. So this is a 2 food situation. So we pay 2 food. We get back a shell. So we need to get rid of 1 more guy. So we're gonna pay 2 shells. Get a food. 2 shells to get a food. And then 2 more shells to get a food. And then with our food situation, we can very simply say red, black, blue, and 2 food. We can get rid of this guy. And I think that's it. I think that's where we win the game because I don't know if he was the one I think he's still in my pool of people. But we do get back 2 shells and a brick for that. We have all of this taken care of for the barge. Barge comes off. We get a brick and we lose 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. And then if I remember how the game works, we just have to survive the round. So we'll just get the brick from him. And we know we're going to survive because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 barbarians come out. There's 5 slots. And that's it. That's all we have to do. We, even if we wanted to, could maybe go after 1 more of those guys. But we will take a damage because we can only block 1 of these. We can bribe him. We'll take 1 more damage. They'll slide down. Barge escapes, and we win the game. Again, you would think that I've played this enough to know what the ending of the game is, but I'm pretty sure that's how we win, right? You win the game, you successfully build all 6 canal sections, survive till the end of the current round. 3 different ways you can lose, yeah. Blood didn't catch up. We didn't run out of townsfolk's cards, so we are good. So that is the end of this game. This one was a little bit tighter than normal. But we are down to 1 more win and this campaign is over. So we're going from the blue cards to the yellow cards, as you can see on the screen right now. If you like what I do, like, subscribe, support me. If you can, if not, I get it. Let us see what the story is going to bring in. So this should be our last bad thing. We'll see how bad it actually is. 16. All right, 16. Treasured. I can never pronounce these characters' names. To Shanshi, it is difficult to carry on some days, to put nothing before the great work I have undertaken. I hope you do not think less of me. I heard your cries as I passed our home, but I could not turn my head. I had to continue on in this endeavor, but I will return to you when I can. You may be wondering why I am journeying back upriver. It seems that some of the work we have done has become undone due to the heavy rainfall this year. I have taken men with me to work on the repairs to the canals in the west, and once they are set to their task, I will once more resume my own work in the east. It will not be easy. The loss of these workers will slow us greatly, but when adversity comes, one can only greet it as the rising sun. File the revealed victory card and both starting 3/4 Jade Canal cards in the box. Okay. And I guess I'm getting harder canal cards now. So maybe this is the thing that will break me. We'll see. 3/4 3, 4. I feel like this is one of those situations. Well, let's see. Let's see what they look like first. So 12 through 15, I gotta take out. This is one of these situations where I should have had these cards sooner, but through luck of the draw, I did not. I feel like these probably will make the game harder, more harder than the Barbarians did. So this is what we're looking at now. So now we actually need a colored worker of some sort in order to. So before it was just 3 whites. Now it's specialized worker, and we won't know until the game starts. You do have 2 story things, so there is a chance, unless I lose the game or these don't come out, that we don't actually see all the story stuff. And then all of these seem to, well, they all trash the same number of things, but we get less resources. And this one's just a story. But yeah, we were getting a brick and a wood for each of them before. Here, I'll just hold them up again. This is what we were dealing with, a consistent supply of stuff, and now I have to go out of my way and I get less stuff. So this could be the thing that pushes us to losing territory. We shall see. So this is our last game potentially coming up. So if you've enjoyed this content, maybe you watch some of it. This campaign has not gotten a lot of views, so you know the likelihood of me saying this and you actually watching it is pretty low. But again, I do this for enjoyment. I would love to do it for more than enjoyment, but this does get me to play my games. It gets me to be a little bit more social. It gets me to, I don't know, work on my whatever, my talking ability, my streaming ability. So hopefully you found this to be a little bit enjoyable. Again, if you would like to support me, you can do so by liking, subscribing, reaching out, letting me know that you watched it or some of it. You can support me on Patreon, which again, I don't really recommend you doing it because I'm not really doing that much for Patreons. I wish I was doing more, but again, I have a lot of work stuff going on in my life. Just for transparency, starting December, I'm probably looking for a new job, or probably not working at the same place that I'm working at, or if I do, it'll be under like a lot less hours than normal, so that's gonna probably put more stress on my schedule than freeing it up, which, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna still try to play my 2 board games a week, and then my few video games a week, and if I can up that schedule. But it could mean I might have more free time in regards to the idea that I don't know, if I'm not working, then maybe I could do some more streaming and recording. We'll see how I feel. It is a little bit stressful out there work-wise, so you know, hopefully you are all doing better than me in that regard. But anyway, it is Halloween tomorrow, so I will not be recording tomorrow. I will be with my little Mario, going door to door trick-or-treating, and I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And also, again, I have a lot of updates happening on my website, wakasm.com. I'm excited for that whenever that gets done. I'm very far through that project, and yeah, I just did a flip voyage video. You can go check that out. Otherwise, thank you for watching.